Hey folks, the Bar Dad here, and welcome to Adulting at the Bar. Today, my big fat Greek episode, where we talk about ouzo. Pull up a chair and join us.
It's the Bar Dad.
It's Demetrios is the full.
Demetrios, yes.
Demetrios?
Demetrios.
Demetrios.
You could say Demetrios.
Demetrios.
I would say Demetrios. But
Demetrios.
it's spelled with an O.
Demetrios sounds more exotic.
Yeah, okay. Greek. Yeah.
It's all Greek to me.
Demetrios.
I gotta throw that in there at least once. Welcome to the next episode of Culturally Appropriating Greek Culture for the benefit of many. So, I'd like to introduce our guest star today. His name is Demetrios
Do you need some help with that?
Mavrophridis.
Mavrophridis.
Ladies and gentlemen, Demetrios Mavrophridis.
Do you know what that means? Was that too soon? I'm supposed to follow this? I'm sorry.
Loosely, organically. Ladies and gentlemen, Demetrios Mavrophridis. Welcome.
How you doing? Thank
I'm
you,
doing
sir.
well.
It's great to see you.
Pleasure, my brother.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yes. All right.
You know what it did? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Demetrios Mavrophridis. Welcome, my brother. How are you?
How you doing, brother?
Good to see
Good to see you. Good to see you. Do you know what the last name means?
Mavrophridis?
Yes, sir.
No.
Don't know any Greek, huh? Well, I'm going to teach you some Greek today.
Okay.
How about this? Mavro
Mavro.
means black. Mavro
Mavro.
means
Mavro.
black.
Okay.
Fridas.
Fridis.
Frithia.
Frithia.
means eyebrows. Black eyebrows. Go figure.
Typecasted. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I brought Demetrios over here because this is the one to blame for introducing me to ouzo. And ouzo is an amazing drink that is literally, I don't know if Greek culture is steeped in ouzo or ouzo is steeped in Greek culture, but it is one and the same. Can you tell us? Well, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and you know your background and what makes this so special.
Well, I was first generation born here in the States. My parents immigrated from Greece back in the 50s. And I grew up in a very traditional Greek home. And a lot of what you saw in the Big Fat Greek Wedding is very similar to the way I
heard it
grew
was
up.
pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate,
Okay.
accurate, yes sir. And ouzo was a big part of that. Whenever we had a party or a gathering, there was always ouzo. Usually, before the food comes out, you have a spread of what we call meze, like appetizers.
Okay.
You'll eat some of the appetizers.
That's why it's a big fat Greek wedding, because there's nothing small, right?
Right. That's just to get started.
Oh.
And that's not even the meal yet, right? So, and a big part of that is drinking ouzo with that. You know, it opens up the appetite.
You were able to put like a nipple on it as a child, and then just like sit in your crib and
That's
just.
what I. Yes.
That's why
That's what
you are so big and husky. Me, this was just pizza. That's. So one of the things that and I've had the pleasure of dining at your house, and one of the things that I've always admired about the Greek culture in your family is just this incredible amount of hospitality.
Right.
And ouzo is just a part of it. It's just like you want to give and serve and make sure people are comfortable and happy all the time.
That's true. That's very true. Greeks are very hospitable. The worst thing that you could do is come to a Greek house and leave not happy or hungry or
Sober.
Or sober.
Drink responsibly.
So it's very important for the Greeks. They're very hospitable. The philoxenia is a Greek word which means love of your neighbor, and they're that's very dear to their heart. So when you come over to a Greek person's house, the first thing they want to do is they want to feed you. They want to give you something to drink. So
Love it. Well, you were an outstanding example of that, my friend.
well, I was great having you over. We had a great time.
It
wonderful
was.
time.
So tell me a little bit about how ouzo is made.
Okay.
What is it and so forth?
Well, ouzo, this is some traditional homemade from my wife's village, and this is store-bought ouzo. So there's many different kinds. This is just an example of two of them, but if you go to the liquor stores, there's 12. There's Metaxa. They also make brandy. They make that's a pretty big company in Greece that makes a lot of liquors. So there's a variety of those, and these are store-bought. This is made with the base ethanol alcohol, and they take that, and they add some of their own ingredients, their own kind of secret recipe. One thing that's common to all the ouzo is the anise or the anisette that they put in there.
I actually have some right here.
Yes, awesome. So these are one of the elements of that they put in there.
Yeah. Now, many cultures actually will eat these as to help the digestion.
The digestion, yeah.
But then they're caught in your dentures, and it's really painful.
Yeah.
We're gonna here. Let's get a close up of this.
We should wash that down with some ouzo.
We should. Chill. Hang on.
We're not there yet.
Little seeds like that. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now,
and so then once they add everything to the base alcohol, you got some black licorice.
I didn't say. Cheers.
Cheers.
Opa.
Any ouzo in this or just?
Well, that'd be great if I soaked it.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
Dude. I think we just invented something.
So once they have the base ethanol and they add all the stuff to it, then they distill that and you get the ouzo. And with the homemade stuff, which this is really stronger, it's smoother. It has really nice veins to it when you put it in the glass. And
This will change your DNA when you drink it.
Basically, yeah.
Drink responsibly.
It makes you more Greek. So,
so I'm going to drink this and get silly, big, thick black eyebrows and really big forearms.
yes. When we went to Evelyn's village years ago, up on her uncle's in the barn, I just had these beautiful brass, shiny pieces for their distillery, and they have vineyards, grape vines, and they make wine first.
Okay.
And once they finish with the wine, and they bring out that distillery, they put it all together, and they use that, which is like the grappa, right? And they use that to boil that, and start off with the base for their alcohol, and then they twice distill that, and then of course they add their own ingredients and their own formula, and then they come up with this.
So if you're absolutely not a fan of black licorice, I'd probably stay away. But if you're a big fan or you have, it's okay, give it a shot. Again, you know the bar dad. It's all about trying things once. If you don't like it, then you don't need to go back. But this is something that I've learned to appreciate, and not when I was a child sucking it out of a bottle or licking my finger. I still do that sometimes if I spill it.
If you got a toothache or something, it works.
Cheers it right up.
Yeah.
By the way, hashtag it doesn't cure the COVID yet. But no. But
I'm willing to experiment.
All right. So now, Demetrios, I understand that there's like a couple different ways to drink it.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that?
Sure. You can drink it straight in a shot glass.
Okay. Let me smell that real quick. I always tell the audience of the bar dad, always smell. God,
Get
that
that.
smells fantastic.
Smell that anisette, right?
Ooh, yeah.
And the way that I like to drink it.
Well, I bet you that's pretty strong, right?
That's pretty strong.
It is.
Yes.
It'll make your eyebrows go black.
You'll get a
unibrow.
You'll get a as it's coming down your throat and it's nice and hot and burning. Hairs just spontaneously pop out of your chest.
So unless you're a pro,
yeah,
stay away from the straight stuff.
You don't want to. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the older guys, some of the hardcore guys that have been drinking it for years and years, they might drink it straight. But
okay,
I like to add a little bit of ice to
ice.
it.
Okay, so let's add some ice. How many brats do you think we need?
Let's see. I would put about 6 of them.
6 of them?
At least in each.
You know what? Quicker delivery.
There you go. Now that we've got the ice, we're going to add now. Ouzo's as what they call a hydroscopic. So
okay,
it's gonna once the ouzo reacts with the ice melting, you're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
So we're gonna pour the ouzo in there, and they just start to stir it, and the ice melts.
right? That the water reacts with the ouzo.
I think they call that the louche.
The louche, okay.
But you have to say louche.
Louche.
Like
Yes, sir.
skiing down a giant mountain.
Louche. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay?
All right, and let's make one for you. Tell me when to stop.
I'll be generous. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Louche. All right. I tell you what, we're going to have to take a sip of this before we do the third.
That
Does
sounds
sound
good.
okay?
So we
Yes.
take it up, and we're going to say one thing that the Greeks always say is stinia. Stinia means to your health. So whenever you say hello to somebody, you say ya, or like yasu means good health to you. So they're always talking about health. They want you to be healthy, and they say stiniyasu.
Siniyasu.
Stiniyasu.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
Oh, man. Okay. You got to put it down. We're going to finish
Okay,
the
yeah,
shot.
I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
The third way is, and if you're really starting out, if you're new to
Well, this is
ouzo
important. Okay, so if you're starting out drinking ouzo,
and you're new to it, you want to cut some of the alcohol, some of that the strength, I would add water to it.
okay,
So-
ice too, or just water?
Ice and water.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always best. It's always good to have the ice. I like it to be chilled. So start off with some ice,
Okay.
and then you're going to do just a little bit of ouzo, and then add some water to it.
Tell me when.
About there, I'd say. So you see, it's not quite as strong.
It's not as thick. I mean, ouzo is a little, and I'm assuming the different styles are kind.
Yes.
But it is a little thicker than straight, let's say, whiskey, right?
It is, yeah. And try that one. You can try that one. You can see the difference. It doesn't hit you.
No,
I
it
think
doesn't. I mean, the essence is still there, the flavor.
Right.
It is a lot easier to drink.
Right.
It doesn't have that, but I like,
Yeah.
What is in Greek? Does that have a word?
I don't know. Maybe.
Ouzo, again, very steeped in Greek culture, and it is the essence of hospitality. It is what it is. It is about friendship. It's about community. It's about hospitality. It's medicinal. Cures the toothache,
does.
right? It
Quite a
soothes
few.
the crying babies.
Yes, yeah.
But let's have another toast before we go to the next segment.
Siyamas.
Siamas.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
So Demetrios, you brought us something. It looks amazing. What's going on here? And what does this have to do with ouzo?
Well, you don't want to drink ouzo by itself. Ouzo is really meant to be shared with friends. It's meant to be shared with food. So we have here some what we call mezelakia or meze. And this is what we would eat while we're drinking ouzo. And usually this is before the meal. When we want to drink some ouzo, you want to open up the appetite.
Okay, so here we have stuffed grape leaves. This is a rice meat type filling inside the grape leaves. It could be just vegetarian, could be just rice and some other tomatoes and other ingredients. We have pita bread, which is the circular bread, the pita bread. We have some tzatziki here, which is the sour cream and yogurt dip, and then we have some feta cheese. We have some olives, some more pita bread. This is the gyro meat, which is on that the gyro thing that spins around and they carve out, right? And they put on the pita bread.
So are the Euro animals? Are they marsupials, four-legged? Do they only live in Greece?
Yes, only in Greece
Only in
and
Greece.
on Mount Olympus.
On Mount Olympus, so they have
Yes.
to climb Mount Olympus to get these. Look it up, people.
It's a gift. It's God's food. No, that's the gyro is typically what they carve out, and it's usually like a beef lamb combination,
Okay.
right? And then we just have here some chicken kebabs on a skewer here. There's things you could have like lima beans. There's another dish with lima beans, hummus. There's other things that you could use for mezze. A lot of people like salty things.
Like
And-
the feta.
So there'll be other sardines or some salty fish type stuff that you can have with it. Just really depends on what you like.
Now, I remember when we went to your house at dinner, there was literally 80 dishes. of small plates just around, and a lot of ouzo. And we spent an hour eating the small plates. And oh, now it's time for the entree. And then we're like, what?
That's right.
And you're ushered into another room, and there's like another pile of food.
And then there's
absolutely
dessert
amazing.
afterwards.
There was.
And then
I
more
don't remember
drinking.
much after that. But I think I got it. My memory got as far as dessert. Well, let's go ahead and dig in. I'm gonna stick some of the. I'm just gonna stick here.
That's a great
We'll save the leftovers for the crew when we're done.
All right. That sounds good.
Yes.
Yamasu.
Yamasu. Okay.
What's the sweetness of the...
Oh, wow. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this My Big Fat Adulting episode of The Bar Dad. I want to thank my special guest, Demetrios Mavafridis.
My pleasure, brother.
Always look for friends. And then please follow us on Instagram, like and subscribe on YouTube. Send us some comments. Email us at thebardad@gmail.com. And always, you're welcome at my bar. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, keep your friends close and your ouzo closer. Opa!
It's the Bar Dad.